First and foremost, if you have a super short attention span, this isn't for you because I can talk. Those of you who follow me and pay attention to me, I can talk, and I'm going to do some talking, and it's very important. With that being said, how y'all doing? You know, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hanging in there. It's been a long week, family stuff, other personal stuff. It's just a lot, right? Now, I'm aware everyone's not going to agree with everything I say. Everybody's not feeling everything I'm saying. That's fine. I can live with that. It's 8 billion people on this planet. We all not going to always be on the same page. But at the end of the day, facts and opinions are two different things. People's experiences. You can have an opinion on somebody's life experiences per se, but it doesn't take away the fact that that people might have gone through something or actually are going through something. And when they speak on it, you get people who want to say, oh, that's not true. That doesn't happen. Just because it may not happen in your mind or in your own personal world doesn't mean that other people don't experience something. Because when people speak their truth, this is the thing. People can either try to empathize and understand or try to want to learn more about it, or you get people who just want to turn away, get you banned off of social media, get you fired from your job, and vice versa, right? Because in America, we're supposed to have freedom of speech. But yes, I know freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. Yes, but there are certain things that can be said that shouldn't have a consequence. When somebody speaks on something personal that happened, not everybody's willing to share that, first and foremost. But people who are not afraid to do so, they shouldn't be crucified for it just because someone's opinion or someone's feelings got hurt, right? But just because their experience might not align with their way of life, right? So with that being said, I've said this, I've quoted this before from Dave Chappelle. I'm going to quote it again. He said it should not be this hard to talk. Again, it is very easy to talk. Well, for some people it's hard. But generally speaking, it's easy to talk. It's harder to get people to listen, to understand something that has nothing to do with them per se. Because a lot of people in the reality, they're so caught up in their own individual world. I mean, I get it at times. But then when others try to give you insight to their life, if it doesn't align with your way of life or your way of thinking, you don't want to hear it, right? If we all were the same, life really wouldn't be worth living, because you can't learn from each other. You can't grow. If everything was the same, we all would just be like basically 8 billion robots. Even though there are millions and millions of people who function like robots, they act like they're not human, or they try to act like other people aren't human. Some people are more emotional than others. Some people are less emotional than others. Some people are more vocal than others. Some people are a lot less vocal than others, give or take. But what's crazy is a lot of the people who are vocal, who actually have something worth hearing, a lot of them get silenced, whether it be via social media or they might lose their job. And what gets me is if you're not on the clock and you're not mentioning anything that has to do with that company, you're representing yourself. You're not representing that company. And my thing is, if you're going to work, you're doing your job, wherever it is you work at, you should be able to, on your own time, express yourself. If you got the experience you want to share, whatever it is, you should be able to do it. As long as you're not stealing, you're not killing, not hurting nobody, not committing no crimes. No problem. But these jobs and these companies, they want to try to run you when you're not on the clock. So I know that's part of the reason why some people don't speak. And I mean, I get it. You got a family to take care of. I'm not knocking that, right? But at the same time, you shouldn't lose yourself or keep everything bottled in, because let's be real, everybody doesn't trust a therapist. Some people feel more comfortable getting on social media. That's their business. But let's be real too. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Not all therapists care. Some of them are just there to get a check. That's just what it is. Or some people can't afford a therapist. They don't have the health insurance. Because some companies, some places, the health insurance costs so damn much people can't afford it. That's just what it is. Or They might can afford it. They just don't feel comfortable going to a therapist, which is their right. What gets me is you have people who want to try to always constantly critique others when they express an experience or a feeling. And usually those who are quick to judge, those are some of the worst people because they're so busy pointing the finger at other people, trying to critique them and judge them. But yet, as you're pointing, if you notice, look at them fingers that's pointing back at me. Now, I'm not one to judge people per se. I try not to judge unless you just give me a really solid reason to, right? But when you're educated, and let's clear this up too. You don't have to have a college degree or multiple degrees to be educated, because you can be educated and still be an idiot, right? I mean, it may look good. You have your degrees, your master's, your PhD, whatever you have, associates, but not everybody is college material, and you don't have to go to college to be a success, right? A lot of people knock trades. Trades are very important. Trade school is important. There are many high-paying careers that you learn through trade, but people don't want to push those, because they want to push college on you. But then there's so many people to this day that have thousands upon thousands of dollars of student loan debt that they can't afford to pay. It's like as kids, so much is pushed on us in a way, but then as you get older, and some of us, as our mind expands, we see there are other ways, other avenues through life, right? And so just because someone might take a different avenue through life, it doesn't mean that they're going to be a failure. What works for you may not work for somebody else. Well, what works for me may not work for you. That's just what it is, right? But a lot of people struggle to accept things that don't fit their narrative, like I said. And I honestly feel that given all I've gone through, this might be my call in trying to reach people, right? Because people say, oh, well, all this talking, what is that going to change? What is that going to solve? Well, first of all, it can raise awareness. It can, and words can have power. It is not that I'm trying to have control or power over anybody, but words can affect your way of thinking. Words can open your mind. Hell, words can hurt your feelings. Words can make you smile. Words can make you laugh. Words can do so much. But in order for change, one person can't make the change by his or herself. That's just what it is. It takes a village for any type of change, whether it's racial injustice, whether it's corruption, whether it's trying to get a union for a company, whatever. It takes a village. And people got to see that there's a problem or an issue that needs change. If people feel that there's no issue, then they're not going to want change because they feel everything is fine. But then when a certain issue hits home, then those same people who are quick to pass judgment and dismiss conversations, then they want you to, oh, well, I experienced this, and what are we going to do about it? A lot of people are selfish and self-centered. And this world, I mean, it's changing, but it's not changing, right? And people should be able to have more in-depth conversations without worrying about being banned or fired. But unfortunately, the world doesn't work that way. Right. And when people gather knowledge, they say knowledge is power. Right. When you have that knowledge, regardless of what type of knowledge it is, you can't be misled or duped or manipulated. And people who love to manipulate, they don't want you to gain knowledge. They want to feel more powerful and superior over you so they can dictate how you carry yourself, how you think, how you function. Right. Everybody ain't built like that. Right. And again, those people who are knowledgeable often get labeled as crazy, and they try to ban them from society. You speak your truth, people gonna be mad. You tell a lie, people gonna be mad. So at the end of the day, no matter what you do in this life, people are gonna be mad. So pick your poison. You want people to be mad at you because you're keeping it 100 about everything, or do you want to be mad? Or you want people to be mad at you because you're telling a lie? I had to learn you can't please everybody, right? As a kid, I got bullied. I got picked on. I used to worry. I wanted to be liked and I wanted to be accepted. So, I was worried about what everybody thought about me. But then as I got older, and the morning that I turned 18, I literally sat up in my bed and I said, no more F this. I literally said that out loud to myself. And from that day forward, if you disrespected me, I checked you on it. If you tried to bully me, I checked you on it. Right? If you try to dismiss my feelings or my thoughts about something, I checked you on it. I learned to love myself because I spent too many years hating myself. I was so worried about trying to please everybody else. I was doing more damage to myself. And I know I'm not alone in that. I know I'm not alone. So I encourage you, those of you out there, if you haven't found yourself, that love for yourself yet, try to find it. I mean, life is still going to be hard and stressful, but it'll help the transition be a little smoother once you learn to love yourself, right? Because you're not going to be able to love anybody else until you learn how to love yourself. You're not going to be able to be happy with others until you learn to be happy with yourself. Am I perfect? No. Have I made mistakes? Yes. Have I learned from some of those mistakes? Yes. Are there still mistakes I'm still learning and growing from? Yes. It's all a process, right? And what I see now, I see kids who get bullied. And unfortunately, some of them end themselves because of the things that's said to them. Or they try to hurt themselves. Or they try to hurt others. Or they try to end others. So, as someone who grew up without a father, a full-time father, when I look in the world and I see these kids who aren't strong enough to deal with the bullying and the constant judgment. I mean, I'm not making fun of them because it's not funny, but it bothers me, right? And to this day, I wonder how I found the strength to be how I am. But then I thought about it. I got my strength from my grandmother, because she went through a lot. She's 95 years old. A lot. She was born a year of the Great Depression. She went through a lot. So, I mean, if the kids in my neighborhood, the ones that I talk to that know me, whatever, if I see they seem troubled or something, I try to talk to them and try to help them the best I can, if I can, because sometimes the kids, they try to go to their parents and their parents don't try to hear them out. Or they try to go to their teachers and the teachers don't try to hear them out. Or their coaches. And then, unfortunately, at times, some of those things I mentioned before, they end themselves or they try to end others or they hurt themselves or hurt others, vice versa. Everybody has a part to play. Everybody has a part to play. When I got bullied, I didn't have nobody to teach me how to fight. You want to know how I learned how to fight and defend myself? Watching WCW, watching WWF. Now it's WWE, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I learned how to block punches and kicks, and learn how to throw punches and kicks and defend myself. Yeah, people say wrestling's fake. Let's be real. It's scripted, yes, but those moves, if you're not doing them the right way, they can hurt somebody or worse. So that's what I had to defend myself, because my mom had to work, single parent home. I mean, I had other cousins and stuff like that, but they gang up on me, jump me, right? I didn't have no backup. So I had to learn somehow. At least I didn't, go get weapons and go harm people. Because I'm the type, I don't want to harm anybody, but I don't harm you unless you try to harm me or harm me. That's just what it is, right? And I mean, I made it to almost 36 years. I'll be 36 in January. I've made it a long way. I've overcame a lot. I still have things I'm overcoming. So, this world, if people were more open to listening, a lot more can get done. We have two ears. We have one mouth. But a lot of people want to use this more than they use these. And then when they can't figure out why stuff is the way it is, they weren't using these. They were using this. But then again, there's probably people right now, oh, he thinks he knows it all. No, I'm not a fairy tale type of person. I'm a realist. I keep it real in all forms, all subjects, right? That's just how I am. And I'm not an optimistic person. I have my reasons, but I'm also not a pessimist either. I take stuff for what it is. And a lot of people don't want to do that. But to each their own, I want to inspire somebody. So if I inspire one person at a time, if I uplift one person at a time, I'm doing my job. I mean, I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm not asking anybody to donate to my Cash App or anything like that. I do this out of the kindness of my soul and my heart because I care about people. Some people, they go through this life, they feel nobody cares. And at times, there are people who really don't care. But then it's like as kids, we're told don't talk to strangers. But then as we get older, as we level up in life mentally, sometimes strangers care more than your blood relatives or friends you've known most of your life or your whole life. So sometimes a stranger can show you more love. So when I do what I do, hoping somebody sees this and they might hear something I'm saying and it encourages them to be uplifted or something or keep fighting or whatever it is. That's why I do this. And I'm not going to lie, I get frustrated because it's like, man, I look at the stuff that goes viral. Granted, some people go viral saying some of the same stuff I'm saying, but it's like most of the stuff that goes viral would be some of the stupidest stuff. And it's like, man, a lot of my friends, quote unquote, family, they don't support me. And I'm not the biggest fan of they, but in this case, they're right. A lot of your friends and family are not going to support you in your endeavors, right? Because honestly, at this point, I mean, I'm not afraid to speak, as y'all can see, right? I'm not afraid to try to enlighten and uplift and encourage and all those other things. But then, let's say I get to a point to where my stuff goes viral. I'm making money. Those same people who weren't supporting me and uplifting me, then all of a sudden they're going to be like, oh yeah, I know him. I grew up with him. Oh, that's my cousin. Oh, that's my... And then those same people, because some of these content creators, some of them out here getting paid, okay? 10, 20, 30, 40,000 a month or more. And, those who know me, they know I'm not a greedy person. I mean, I'm greedy when I'm trying to get it, but if I got it, I share it. But at the same time, if I get to a plateau where I'm making money like that, those people who didn't answer my calls when I needed somebody to talk to, who didn't text me back when I needed somebody to talk to, just ignored me and acted like I didn't exist, I can't help you. If you couldn't be there and love me and support me at my worst days, you damn sure don't deserve me on my best. Period. I don't wish no ill will on you, but I'm the type of person, I rock with you through all seasons. I don't care if your bank account's minus 50,000 or plus 50,000. I'm going to treat you the same way. Because I don't let material things and money determine how I treat people. Unfortunately, a lot of you do. And it's sad. It's pathetic. So, if I get to the point where I'm not successful, I'm going to remember those who were always there regardless of the situation. Because let's be real. Yes, we all have our own lives. I get all that. People work, take care of families. That's fine. But it's 24 hours in a day. And if someone hits you up and you could tell they're not in that normal state of how they usually are, when you get a moment, you check on that person. It's no excuse. Unless your phone's off. But if your phone on, whatever, it's no excuse. Because that person could be at their wit's end and just need to talk to their friend or their cousin or their aunt, whoever. But you was too damn busy. You couldn't get back to them. And I understand sometimes people get super busy and it slips their mind. But on a regular basis, you just keep blowing them off. And that person has done no wrong to you or your family. No excuse. So before y'all start, some of y'all who you critique and judge, look yourself in the mirror first before you try to critique others. Because you better than nobody. I'm better than nobody. We all human. And as humans, we should be able to be there for each other and try to uplift each other, especially through the darkest of days. But I'm going to go for now. I wanted to get that out. You know, those of you, if you're still watching, I appreciate you. I would say share this, but most people's attention span ain't going to go 20 minutes. Almost 21 minutes. That's just what it is. But anyway, next time, I'll see y'all. Peace.